on your own, kid.
You are.
Make my way through the motions. I try to ignore it, but home's looking farther the closer.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. Today is a Bible topics with me because it is Sunday, and welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a I would guess like a heart-touching topic because it is very sad, but at the same time there is hope. So let's get to talking. My bunny is right here and he's so cute. We were just singing and chilling. So speaking of music, I'm going to share the song of the day. It is Till I Found You by Phil Wickham. I'm pretty sure, I'll check, but here we go.
Here's a sample of Till I Found You by Phil Wickham on Amazon Music.
Forever till I found you, till I found you. I never dreamed anything could be better till I found you, till I found you. You were right in my soul.
So that is one of my favorite songs. Love it. It is super good. He I think he has what are you doing, man? I think he has other songs, but that one's my favorite. It talks about till we found, like, I think the behind the scenes of the song was when he was at a church and people were walking up the aisles and found, like, the first time of, like, you know, having that relationship with God, just finding God, and I love that song, so hope y'all like it too. So we are going to be talking about anxiety and a little bit of, like, I'm gonna say sadness. Depression sounds like so depressing. So we're gonna talk about when those dark times come, because it happens to everyone. Everybody has them. It's just nothing lasts forever. If, like, just a second. Bunny. Dude, like, he's under my dresser. Anyway, so sadness comes and goes. I feel like unless it's like a huge thing that happens. But things like that, like anxiety, sadness, those things come and go. And it just depends who you are and what's going on. I don't really know everybody who's watching this video, so I don't know. So today we're going to mainly stick with anxiety because I've seen that in a lot of people. Things today are stressful, and society says that everything has to be quick, fast, you know, everybody got to go here and there, and everything has to be so wild, and there's no time for settling down, no time for yourself, no time for God, no time for your family. It's just all about you all day. Yeah. So that can get stressful sometimes. So, the definition of anxiety is a mental health. Okay, we're going to stop right there. I looked up the definition for anxiety, and it says it's started with a mental health issue, and I'm like, oh, whoa. When people read this, they're gonna think I got something wrong with me. You don't want to, like, anxiety is something that is from the devil. Like, he puts that in your life to distract you from God, and so you don't want to say you're messed up, because God did not mess up on you at all. So don't say it is a mental health issue, because that's like putting on like a sickness or something. So we'll cross that out because that's just stupid. So I'm gonna keep going. A mental health disorder characterized by feelings or worry, anxiety, of fear that that are strong enough to interfere in one daily life activities. So anxiety is easy for me to have because school. I feel like if you are young adult, or or like a teenager, whatever, it is easy to have, and even younger people. Like, I was helping in the nursery today, and this girl had like a panic attack, and I was like, and it went through my mind, I'm like, not just young people and teenagers have anxiety, but it's different levels. Kids get anxiety or sadness, depression, whatever, because cyberbullying, society says they're not good enough, people say they're not good enough, peer pressure, just bullying, dares, anything like society throws all this stuff like you gotta be pretty, you have to have the right clothes, you have to act a certain way, you have to like this music, you have to feel a certain way. That is what society throws at us, and what we need to say back is, here are some verses to help with anxiety and some other stuff you might be facing. So Philippians 4:6 says, do not worry about anything, instead pray about everything. I love that verse, and it's not word for word, but it's like a picture. But I love that verse because, and then the other one is, do not be anxious about anything, and that's basically the same thing. So, when you have those doubts and the fears and the worries and the stress, go to God. So what I like to do is I like to have my devotional, or just go online and do a Bible study, or look at, just like scroll through Pinterest and look at Bible verses. But I wouldn't recommend Pinterest because then you can get off topic easily, and then you can look at pictures and then feel bad about yourself. I've done that before. It's not good. So and then another one is, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. Isaiah 43:2. And same thing, it's not exactly word for word from the Bible, but it is a verse. And then I'm gonna look at a site real quick. I actually looked at this site last night, and so Jehoshaphat is one of the people who dealt with anxiety and stress through the Bible, and there are a lot of people like Hannah, and I think Paul did it because he was in jail, like, in and out. So first of all, he prayed really hard when he was going through troubles, and I think that's what you have to do. You got to go to God and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. And he knows already. And there's my bunny right there. He knows that you're dealing with all this. So just take your prayers to God. When you are in trouble, do not let anxiety control your thoughts. Do not let it overwhelm you, because then it gets to the point it's all about me. Yeah. I got a image in my head of my friend Carol. She was like, me. Oh, that was weird. Okay. In your trouble, do not forget that God rules. So God is, when you feel stuck or alone or anxious or depressed or whatever, don't forget that God is right there. Like, I have learned to know, because I might feel alone, but I always know that God is right here beside me, walking through me through the day. And I read in my Jesus Calling last night where it's like, do not worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to worry about itself. And in 50 years from now, God knows where you're going to be, and you don't. So just worry about today, worry about the things that, and even then, don't worry. Like, God's got it, y'all, and he loves you, and he's there to take your burdens, not to put them on you. Remember something when you have trouble. So think of God, and remember a verse. Remembering verses has helped me throughout the years of just knowing that God is with me. I shouldn't be anxious. I shouldn't be sad, because this is just gonna go away. And so I love that. Also, there's something that you can thank God for. Just think, when you are having thoughts of sadness, then think, what has God blessed me with? What has he done for me in my life? Like, for me, God gave me a home. I was an orphan. He gave me a home. Thanks. And I became a Christian because of that. And then I feel like I owe God because he did that for me, you see? And so God always makes plans, and he always has a purpose. Also, and then last but not least, the question for the day is, how do you look to God when these things happen? So for me personally, I love to look at verses, just go through the Bible, and I feel God's presence right there by me, and that's what helps me. So if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. If you are going through something, because I know a few people who have, and I love talking to them because I deal with the same thing. And so, if you have any prayer requests, comment down below. And if y'all have any topics that you want me to go over, I would love to talk about them. Sorry this went like really long, but anyway, guys, bye.